Hello everybody and welcome to BrickVault. Today is another LEGO weekly news update where I talk to you guys about the biggest stories, I suppose, that happened in the world of LEGO this week. Lots of new sets revealed. Star Wars Holiday Special trailer has dropped. Some really cool new sets got voted in for ideas. And before we jump into the top stories, first I do want to say that the custom build that went up in the web store this week is another extension for the Star Wars micro scale fleet. That's 2 weeks in a row now. Last week was the Gozanti from Impaired, and this week is another Imperial bundle from my brother Charlie. It is 3 different shuttles, the Lambda, Zeta, and Sentinel class ones. They fit in just the same 1/250 scale, just like the rest of the micro Star Wars fleet. Some have suggested making dioramas to actually put them into fun scenes together, and your comments have been noted. Anyways, check us out at www.brickvault.toys if you think you might want to build any of these creations or any other amazing creations for yourself. And now let's jump into what you guys probably think is going to be the first story. The Ghostbusters Ecto-1 has officially been announced. It is going to be available November 15th, retail for $200, and has 2,352 pieces. No minifigures, it doesn't look like. When I first saw the pictures, I didn't remember the Ecto-1 looking quite as rusty or beat up. You can see some of those details on the sides of the white walls, but it turns out this is actually the Ghostbusters Ecto-1 from the Ghostbusters Afterlife movie, where it's like the old car that they find in the garage. I think they intentionally made the weathering effects pretty minimal, so if you didn't want to include them, it would be very easy not to. And I honestly haven't looked at any of the comments, but I'm very confident that everybody taking a look at this vehicle will say, dang, that's a pretty good looking Ecto-1. There seems to be some nice, interesting building techniques, especially for that slant in white in the back, and I'm surprised LEGO didn't try to make a brick-built Slimer or something to go along with it, but ultimately this is just a really cool looking set. Remember, it's going to be available November 15th, and then 4 other sets were announced this week as well, celebrating Chinese culture for 2021. They're going to be available January 1st, some of the sets marking the year of the Ox. This first one here is the LEGO Story of Neon. I like the builds for the fireworks. The snow detail is amazing. They're making great use of that new rounded slope piece, and the characters here look pretty excellent. The next really awesome set is the LEGO Spring Lantern Festival 80107. The garden looks amazing. I like the build for the bamboo. I love that Ox build, the circular entrance. There's just a lot of fun details and colors included for this one. And they've also shown pictures now for the LEGO Duplo Happy Childhood Moments set and another LEGO Monkey Kid set. This is called Monkey Kids Team Quadcopter. Gotta say, the red, yellow, and turquoise is a great color combination in general. It's a really interesting build for a vehicle, and there's tons of figs and some background scenes included. This is a pretty massive set. Everything here is available January 1st. You can check out the links in the description below if you want to learn more details about these builds. I got the information from Alan Tran at thebrickfan.com. And you might have already seen 1 or 2 or maybe several of these videos that have popped up in the last week, but the Star Wars Holiday Special trailer is now out. It'll be releasing on November 17th on Disney+. The characters are coming together to celebrate Life Day, and personally I think this is a great platform in order to play around with the Holiday Special. LEGO and comedy with Star Wars have been mixing together in the video games for a very, very long time. So for a fun, silly, inconsequential Star Wars adventure, this is not a bad place to show it off. I'm actually looking forward to it quite a lot. The trailer looks fun. I already have my subscription for the month for The Mandalorian, so I'm going to be watching this one no matter what. Then I wanted to wait to the end of the video to talk about it, but I just can't help it. The Ideas Spirited Away set gets 10,000 votes. This is easily one of my favorite Miyazaki movies, and the builder Lego Truman did an excellent job knocking out the main build for the bathhouse. The minifigure faces, not so much, but the bathhouse, that's a really, really excellent build, and getting a model like this, maybe even built in a modular style on a 32x32 base plate, would be absolutely epic. Big red building with green highlights, amazing interior, and of course, at least for me, the nostalgia is as strong as it could possibly get for any set. The 1995 Jumanji set also got 10,000 votes of support from the designer Nikana. The house actually splits in half in the front, which is a super ambitious idea, and the interior shows off a lot of the different levels levels or plagues or turns, I suppose, from the Jumanji game. It's a really, really nice build, and something tells me if Lego was going to do Jumanji, they might want to do something a little bit more contemporary, like from the new movies. But once again, nostalgia is super strong here. This is a really excellent build as well. And congrats to both designers for getting those 10,000 votes of support. Also really interesting and really cool news, Lego has announced new sustainability employee benefits for the year 2022 and onward. So whether or not you work at the headquarters or just a Lego brand store, Lego employees will have 26 weeks paid childcare leave for new parents. There's also caregiver leave if you need to take off time to look after some family, and they're going to be offering life and total disability insurance as well for all their employees. It's pretty cool for this company to announce this. This is a huge company, international, so this is a pretty massive investment in their people, and it's just one of the many things that you can just sort of tack onto the list of cool things and awesome things that the Lego company does. Finishing off with some just kind of interesting stories that I think are worth mentioning. The Lightbrick Studios company is now independent. This is a small gaming company that has made Lego games in the past, and according to VentureBeat, the studio is now free to create games for Lego as well as for any external partners that they choose. It's a really smart choice, I think, on Lego's part. Lego Ventures was a separate group that Lego invested into, and they're intentionally giving a lot more freedom to Lightbrick Studios just to see what people do when they don't have as many boundaries. Essentially, we could see some really interesting and different types of Lego games coming down the way in the future. And then also, this is a really interesting article. I think it came from the Toy Zone, and these guys broke down the countries that pay the most and least for Lego bricks. The cutoff here, I think, is buying Lego Official from retail stores and not on the secondhand market like BrickLink. And the data is really, really interesting. Hong Kong is the cheapest country to buy a Lego set brand new. Denmark and a lot of Europe are close behind, as well as the States. And if you want to know who pays the most, you'll just have to click that link in the description below to find out. And also, if you have any extra time, I highly recommend you check out our web store, www.brickvault.toys, for custom Lego building instructions. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. Remember, you can always like, subscribe, share, do whatever it is that you want to do. Have an awesome rest of your Saturday or whatever day, and we'll see you next time at BrickVault.